Wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. You see, I've been reviewing your work for the past few years, and I've come up with the conclusion that you have brought nothing to society.
Well, I have...
This is unacceptable, alright? You have 48 hours to come up with something good, or you're going to receive a notice of termination, alright?
Yes, well, I have right here...
Well, this is unacceptable, alright? If you do not come up with something within the next 48 hours, you will receive a notice of termination. So, you better come up with something good in the next 2 days.
Alright, well, don't worry.
Now leave!
So, Professor, what is this experiment that we are about to embark upon, sir?
Well, you see, we're going to have a random test subject, and we're going to play a video game. And every time he gets a kill in this video game, he doesn't know it yet, but he'll actually be causing someone pain in real life. And we're going to see how he reacts to the sounds of that pain and what he's going to do.
So, this experiment looks like it took you some deep thought and emotion, but I really want to know, what does this pain have to do with everything with the experiment and the whole psychological effect?
You just leave that to me. We want to see how the test subject is going to react in the face of controversy between his own morality and whatever I'm telling him to do.
You know, I gotta admit, this whole thing is quite deep, and it looks like you put a lot of thought into it. I mean, I can't wait to get started.
Yeah.
This might just save your job indeed.
It's going to be a good experiment.
Oh, that's right.
I'm spending my time here so I can get paid, right?
Yes, of course, depending on, well, how good you do, that
So,
is.
what do you want me to do?
Well, have you ever heard of this game called COD, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2? Well, I'll just say, you got a treat for yourself today. You're going to be playing a game.
So you're telling me I get to play Call of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
For free?
Yeah,
Actually,
well,
you're going to pay me, right?
Well, I guess we're kind of... Yeah, we're going to pay you,
Why
of
didn't I
course.
find out about this sooner?
Well, I mean, there's a catch, but, I mean, you'll find out soon enough for yourself. Well, let me lead you to our little Call of Duty zone. Well, you can have a seat right here, sir, as I escort you to your seat. Have a seat, sir. Here's your controller that you will be operating with today's study.
Okay, so basically you're going to face this opponent in Call of Duty. You have to get as many kills as possible, but you need to stay focused and make sure you can do that.
Well, get ready. I'll get so many kills to run out of room on that clipboard. My KD is so high, my PSN is aimbot.
Alright, well, get ready because you're going to have obstacles you're not expecting.
Ah!
What was that? Nothing, just continue the test.
Oh, my foot! Oh, my knee! Oh, God, my knee!
Oh God, somebody's hurt outside.
No, don't worry about that. I need you to continue the experiment.
Are you kidding? I have to help them.
Look, I told you, just stay focused and play the game.
So you know about this?
All I need you to do is play the game.
What's going on? Every time I get a kill, I can hear gunshots outside.
Well, I mean, what are you doing, sir? You need to calm down. First of all, I need you to continue this experiment. It's for scientific research. Please continue and focus, please.
I don't want to play anymore. I know I'm hurting someone.
No, just continue as you normally
Sir,
would.
get back. Please, sir, this would be the final kill. Please get back in your seat. This is very important.
No, can't do it.
But...
You're all crazy. Keep your money.
Oh my God. Just walk out on me like that. Why would our only person to study walk out on us? Doc, Doc, what's going on, man? That was our only person to study, and you let him walk out?
Don't worry about
Our
it.
jobs are on the line, for
I know,
God's
don't
sake.
play the experiment.
You know what? I take my job seriously. I want to get this done. I need to publish this result.
Alright, well, maybe you'll want to hear about how that experiment actually
okay,
plays out.
fine. Do you have a few minutes of your time?
go
Alright,
ahead.
thank you, Doc. So, oh my God. What was the whole point of this experiment? What results and conclusions can you come and draw from it?
Alright, well, the whole point of the experiment was to be watching our test subject right here as he played the game. You see, every time he shot that person, there would be a person screaming in real life, and this conflict between them, it would take a serious psychological effect on our test subject. And he had to eventually make a choice between our authority over him or his own moral decision, and eventually he had to leave just to abide by his own moral code.
Hey, so Doc, what is your assessment of the research findings and the conclusions that we can come to draw from this? Because, I mean, you did spend a lot of time on it.
Well, the results clearly show that the subject, he clearly was under our power for a while. And the more we told to do him, it seemed that our power weakened as his own moral conscience came into play. But as for a while, he really just followed our every move, and it kind of shows that people can manipulate and take advantage of each other.
So Doc, what are your questions about the research that was completed? Like, did anything throw you off? And is there anything that changes the reliability or the validity of the whole experiment?
Well, I mean, we did only have one test subject, and, you know, you can see he was sitting here, and his reactions were kind of, you know, we didn't expect them, and it was an unstable environment, but at the same time, his emotions were clear, and also the outcome was pretty clear, that he was under our power for a while, and eventually he would have to come to his senses and walk out in the experiment.
So Doc, do the findings of this research have any good or an effect for the public opinion and viewing, for our society? Can we take away from it?
Yeah, I mean, with these results, the public can find out about how people naturally react under high pressure situations and under the influence of authority. So it really shows that humans can be manipulated pretty easily, but it also shows that moral character still exists, and as long as people maintain their morals, that maybe eventually when people really take this whole experiment into themselves, then people would be able to resist the influences of authority and be able to act with their own moral character intact.
So you're saying morality versus authority is the key?
Yeah, and really just acting on what you think is right and not what others say is what will benefit society.
I mean, that was a great answers to the research and reflection. It'll help me get a better lab analysis when I publish this. But I think it has a lot of scientific value, and we can take a lot away from this experiment. But moving along to ethics and what we believe that had an effect on the psychological part of this experiment. So do you think there were any ethical concerns regarding the experiment for this research?
Well, yeah, clearly the experiment's dangerous. I mean, apart from the regular violence and the man getting hurt, it takes even a high psychological toll on the shooter we had with us, because putting him in this moral conflict really puts a strain on his psyche. To make this experiment even better, I would say there really is no way to make it safer. We need to put these people in high pressure situations because people need to know what to do in the face of such adversity. And the effects will clearly show, and with this data, we can really use it to our advantage and learn so that situations like this don't actually occur in real life.
So what you're saying is that you can't really change it that much because the experiment conducted that we did was pretty precise. Rather, we need to isolate the person and maybe change a little bit of the environment, but not too much of it.
I think that making it a little bit safer would guarantee the person a lot more
higher ground, kind of?
That's it.
Alright, thank you. So, ethically, we can see that there are some boundaries and independent and experimental variables that need to be changed. But moving on to future issues, what are the future implications for this research to be conducted upon? Will it have an effect?
I think that the future relies heavily on this experiment because in the future, people are going to need to know how they react in these situations, and if they're going to let authority figures take control of them, and it's really just to tell them to call upon their own morality and to do what they think is right, and not be a puppet of the authority figures.
No, I think that brings up a great point, because I think we always see people, being pushed around, doing what people say, but I mean, when it's all said and done, how far willing the people go would be the bottom line for this whole experiment, correct?
Exactly. It's really just how determined you are to stick to your own morals.
So, Doc, I mean, that was a valid point you said, but do you think this study that we did with the psychological mind has an impact on future psychologists using this idea to maybe get more data out of it,
Yeah, I mean, clearly this will be a large breakthrough in the study of human behavior and even in the influence of authority. I mean, this could even break the whole bonds of totalitarianism if people will stop following what everyone says to do and just do what they think is right.
So it's more of a moral issue rather than an objection of listening to what people have to say about following a command or something.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a valid point. So I do have one final question. I mean, I've heard screaming, people going chaotic, gunshots being fired, but, I mean, like, first of all, why did our person of study leave? Like, what's this all about, and why was there screaming and everything? Can you please put all this in perspective, because I'm still a little confused.
Well,
Where are you going? But wait,
let's just say I'm not going to get fired anymore.
get back here!
Oh, by the way, don't start your car. Oh man, that's what the project's supposed to be about? It's so much better than the article.
Can you believe it? I mean, this Mr. Cosentino is giving us only a week to do this project. What is he thinking? Come on, dog.
Guys, it's due tomorrow. We should probably should get started on this. I mean, let's go back to your house.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right.
Okay, so basically, you're going to be facing an opponent, and you need to stay focused. Your objective is to get as many kills as possible.
Get ready, because I got so many kills, you run out of room on the clipboard. My KD is too high, my PSN is in my...
Okay, so basically, we're going to have you play...
So, Professor, can you please go in detail about this experiment we are about to embark upon?
Yeah, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to find a random test subject, and we're going to have him play a video game. What?
Thank you, Doc. I mean, that adds a lot of reaction and reflection to this whole scientific study and lab analysis that I'm conducting. But, I mean, I'm still confused about what happened with the guy, but I'm going to leave that towards you because that's your guidance. Moving on to ethical concerns. Like, do you think that there are any ethical concerns regarding the study, things that have maybe affected the whole experiment ethically?
Well, I mean, this experiment takes a high psychological toll on the tester we had with us. I mean, facing this deep moral conflict, he really didn't have a lot of like ground to move around on. I really don't know what I'm saying right now, and I'm really just kind of making it up as I go. And I just speedballing coming out of my mouth. This is.
So, Doc, what does ethics have to do anything with this experiment?
Well, you see, ethics plays a large role because experiments like this can have a high psychological damage to the person, just like this.